Don't buy a second house or a vacation rental.
It sounds romantic to say, oh my gosh, we have a beach house in Florida. And then when you go in and there's been 8 other families that have slept in your bed.
Hello everybody, how you doing?
Welcome back.
Right now I really need a vacation. Truly. Turned out there's a rodent in the walls. Maybe I should add that to the video. Just add the rat stealing the the popsicle stick.
Oh yeah. Buy a vacation home if you want to get away from your real home.
For real, that's the only place I would go on vacation. That is not. Why would I buy a house that
I wouldn't.
I'm not using? I try to intro these with something, but I'm almost trolling off. That's the one thing I never get is why buy another house? We can just get a hotel, an Airbnb or something.
Or an RV.
Yeah, for real.
But just don't get a timeshare, whatever you do.
Ugh.
Those are the worst.
The people are the worst, honestly.
No, for real.
They got information once, will not leave us alone.
Yep. They're scammers.
They're scammers.
Don't fall for it.
Don't go to wedding expos. There's all the scams.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into these.
House or vacation rental. One of the stupidest things you could possibly do. If you have more money than God and you just want to stick it places, that's one thing. But if you're an average middle-class person like any of us, it does not make sense to buy a second home or a vacation rental in Florida or out in the Hamptons or up on the lake in Lake George, whatever it is. Because think about it like this. Most of the time, you're not really going to get to use it that much. So you're going to go out there once, twice, 3, maybe 4 times a year. Second, you're going to have to maintain it. You're going to have to pay the interest. You're going to have to pay the insurance. God forbid something happens to it. But you're going to say, Charles, I'm just going to Airbnb it. Airbnb is not that easy. Doesn't always necessarily work that well. A lot of times the return doesn't make sense. If you like going to Florida, if you like going to Lake George, go up there once, twice a year, pay the exorbitant amount of money to rent it with your family, leave it and come home and use your money to invest wisely, either lending or purchasing real estate that makes sense, that does make you money, that can help you grow generational wealth.
I think this is the one thing where people say like, oh, renting is definitely way more cheaper than just paying it outright.
Yes.
Because that's true. Not only do I worry about like legit natural disasters, and in Florida, come on, Florida.
And everyone wants to get like beach houses, tsunamis, flooding.
Hurricanes. Florida got hit by a hurricane almost every year. One came back, spun the block again. It's like, wait, I'm not done, and came back again. Like that's
Yep. And the insurance companies dropped them immediately.
It's crazy.
It's actually really sad.
So like, it's not me. I will just go to an Airbnb, and once again, it's legit. Those don't even get that much money anymore. It's over. It's over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people don't have money like that anymore, so they're really not getting Airbnbs like that, and people aren't trying to rent like that anymore either.
Yeah, might as well just go to a hotel because those are more like contracty protected for me.
Yeah, the market for all of that sucks.
It does.
It sounds romantic to say, oh my gosh, we have a beach house in Florida. And then when you go in and there's been 8 other families that have slept in your bed, it changes the mindset a little bit too. Vacation rentals are the most volatile. So when when times are good, is real good. And when times are bad, they're real bad. Yeah. So no, I mean, I think it's the same rule with any investment property, regardless if it's vacation or just down the road. It would be paying cash for it. So that volatility isn't there.
Golly. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Because here's the thing, Cord, it's a risky business, and again, but you're being a long distance landlord. You're going to pay management, and and again, I think it's.
And right here, as you hear, not even that good of an investment for yourself as a job. You got to pay it in cash. You can't have a rent or like a mortgage on it. Which I really think this always should have been a thing. If you have a mortgage, to have a mortgage on a property you're trying to rent out, you shouldn't be renting the property in general. Because there's no saying that the people who are going to be there are helping you pay your mortgage on that.
Because it's a lot. And then, like, what happens when those renters move out? You're going to have a vacancy, and you better hope your job pays enough to cover it.
For real, because you're basically hoping and banking off whoever you're trying to scam and charge is going to want to deal with that. Some people will just straight up leave and never pay you.
Yeah.
That happens. People will legit trash your place, leave, and not pay you any rent, and they'll just disappear on you.
And that's double property taxes, double insurance, double mortgage,
Yep.
double maintenance, double a lot of stuff.
And if something goes wrong, you got to sue somebody. Have fun trying to pay a mortgage while you have to pay a lawsuit too.
Because you can't easily just kick them out.
Nope, that's a whole thing.
They can take over and like somehow own your house at the end of it, or something like that. But like pretty much just be given a right to stay there indefinitely or whatever.
Yep.
That's scary.
So I'm good. That's why I'm never going to be a landlord. First thing first, I can't raise rent on a single mother of 25 kids who just lost her job, and I also don't want to deal with that mess.
Because having to be a landlord and work out all the maintenance stuff on top of that, being called at like 12 a.m., having to fix an issue, and then it's just too much stress. And then like the housing market crashes all the time, so you just never know when things are gonna get hard.
Yeah. It's so stupid. It sucks.
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen when you leave your home for vacation? Did you know the chlorine that protects your drinking water from viruses and bacteria? It pretty much disappears sitting in your pipes for a week. And speaking of drinking water, that little water line to your fridge is notorious for leaking. Now that can happen any time of year, but if the heat's off, your house might look a little like this. By the way, these types of claims often get denied by insurance because you're gone so long it becomes an issue of negligence. What else can happen if you're gone for a month? Well, the water in the P-trap of your sinks or your tubs, showers can evaporate, allowing sewer gases and potentially critters to enter your house. And if just one toilet's running while you're gone, that can add up to hundreds of dollars a month. When most people think of water hazards, they usually think of pipes freezing. But have you checked to see if your sump pump still works? Before you leave, pour a 5-gallon bucket of water down there to see if it still works. Because if it floods while you're gone, you'll be sorry. A lot of these problems can be solved by shutting off the water main in your house. If you can't find it in your house, you'll also find a vault at the street. And you'll find the rest of these hazards to watch out for on my home maintenance checklist.
That right there. I know these videos are kind of all over the place, but these are issues that I've seen because all the other videos I looked up were legit like, you should buy this, you should buy that, by those gurus trying to sell you a course, and it's ridiculous. I don't care. These are the issues that people don't talk about, and that's what it's not trying to find negative. You're trying to find the things that people don't tell you. This is scary. Some people use their vacation home for 3 months. Your regular home could have this happen. Your vacation home would have this happen because you're not going to be there that often.
Yep, and then have fun getting sued if they can do that. Because if you're renting it out to people, or maybe like it could be their vacation home and you're renting it out to them for like a set period of time, and then they come in and then everything's all messed up. You have to fix that and then also answer to them.
Yeah, truly, it's like these places. Homes are meant to have people living in them, because if you don't live in a house, the house falls apart. You see all these condemned houses have no one living in them. They fell apart. There's no one to keep the maintenance up. So I would not be buying another house, which is going to be like $600,000 or whatever, to leave it alone. Because if it's left alone or left in the hands of someone else, anything can happen.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. Then having to like give renters their money back because your house is messed up.
For real, I'm good.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to do legit like handyman blue collar work just to make sure my house doesn't explode. I'm gone.
For real. And those maintenance costs are crazy. So if you don't know how to do it yourself, it's out.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Why nobody's buying vacation homes anymore? I'm pretty sure everyone knows why vacation homes aren't selling like they used to. Prices are just too high and interest rates above 7%?
Yeah, actually, that's something we talked about earlier. We don't need to put these in order. These are all the things that people need to talk about for real.
That's double interest too, because if like they're each 7% on your primary residence and your vacation home, then like together that's like 14%.
Oh, you got to pay. And basically, if it's out of state, you got to pay property tax on 2 different states.
Yeah, you get tax credits for being a homeowner, so you can like deduct interest from your taxes, but like, is it really worth it?
Because here's the thing with that whole tax credit and stuff. To an extent, and this is always with everything, the credit don't mean nothing if I'm still have like no money from the thing actually, here. Like the taxes are high, tax credits are low, the prices are high, so I'm getting nothing out of this.
Yeah, you're really not. It's too much.
It's like a saying like, "Ooh, here's a 50% off deal," and the thing went up 100%. Like what?
Yeah, you're not saving much. And just like this person is saying, flood and wind insurance is super expensive. Like all insurance pretty much is super expensive. They raise the prices like every year.
For real, and this is not good.
And if you file a claim, then the next period renewal or whatever is they're going to charge you more.
Mm.
So have fun saying goodbye to those low rates that you had at first.
That's horrible. I hate that.
It's horrible.
Should she suffer? All right, clap if you think she should suffer.
Oh my gosh, Wendy.
Is he okay?
I don't think so.
Like once again, like this is a short one for us because like these videos are hard to find, depending on like people trying to sell you stuff. Honestly, trying to find actual information on this mess and actual events on this mess. This is what happens when they've been gone for a couple of days. Can you imagine leaving your house for a couple months or half a year to just go back to it?
And people break in, like people are watching and they know which houses are vacant, and you could come back to like your house all over the place. All of your stuff is gone.
Yeah. Like every year, basically, you hear some news about some squatter just breaking into a rich person's house and then making a fake like little rental agreement. That's the smart ones do that, or just get their mail sent there. It's that easy. All it takes is one piece of mail and it's over. Now you got to do an eviction notice.
And somehow it's just so hard to prove that they don't actually live there.
It's like, do notaries not exist? What notaries for then?
I don't know. I bet that can be fake too, because like I keep saying, what is the point of the signature if it's like so easily forged and like you don't have to be actually like identified if you're there signing someone's name, except if you have a notary.
The funny thing is, with the last time we went to a notary, we went to our bank, and when we went there, they pulled out a stamp. They didn't even sign it. It was a stamp. I can just buy a stamp online and say it's a notary. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, and like, what if the notary is fraudulent? And then, what if you have a fake ID? Anything like that. What if they're just not looking? They're not really doing their job. You're paying them. And then they're just like, okay, it's you. It really doesn't seem like it does much.
It doesn't. That's the craziest part to it.
Exactly.
So overall, to me, I'm like truly. This does always feel like I'm just being negative about it. But these are the things I'm thinking about. Like, who is watching my house? Squatters exist. Burglars exist. Natural disasters exist. Rain could just hit my roof wrong way. Boom! Now my whole basement's flooded. What? Like my house collapsed. The house caught on fire. And that's like, why would I need another house when I could just put more money that I got into my own home to make sure it stays good?
Yeah, that's also the drawbacks of having a house. Owning a house isn't really the big American dream that everyone makes it seem like.
Kind of really sucks.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, the government get to take your house at any point if they need it.
Yep. Eminent domain.
It's crazy.
At least you might get paid.
Yeah. Probably give you some money and like maybe a place to live for a while till you can get another house or something.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take it. Free house? Heck yeah. Ugh. This is not good for me. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, it's not. But thank you for watching this video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video, and please get us to 1,000 subscribers.
Hopefully I can evict this rat. Bye.
Bye.